second name and the last name in uppercase. In other words, they're trying to do everything to get around the fact that they're not, nor can they lawfully, write to a real man or woman. They cannot address us. They have no right. They don't mean us anyway. They mean the legal fiction, because we're the authorized representative, and we can set off any debts or alleged crimes that the legal fiction may have performed. But that's the only way we're connected with it, is that we get to say, oh, I see you've charged this corporation, of which I am the authorized representative, so, okay, how much is it you need? I'll put my signature to it. I'll have the Treasury set off your, balance your books for you. So, but when they say they want a legal fiction in court, well, what's that all about? The legal fiction's already in court. They've got the name right there. So the natural person really is just the legal fiction that exists along with an authorized representative. But keep in mind that all artificial persons or corporations also have authorized representatives, and they're attorneys and CEOs and presidents and things like that. They're the authorized. Probably like Sam Smith might be the CEO of Sears, and he can sign for Sears because he's the authorized representative. Well, we're the same. The only distinction is that Sears is an artificial corporation, and the other name, of which I'm the authorized representative, happens to be a natural person. But it's all still legal fictions corporations. It doesn't have anything to do with men or women. So I get a little crazy when people say, oh, you're a natural person. No, I'm not. I am not a legal fiction.
So a definition would be a real human being, right? That's a good word.
Can't say human being either.
Yeah, not that either. Okay.
No. We use man and woman.
Man and woman, okay. Well, let's go with that then. But
and if you want to really generic that, I just say man. Like I just say, well, man to... If I'm talking to somebody, I say, well, man to man. Because we are of mankind. That's
right, mankind. Yes, indeed. Okay, point being here, there is a website anyway where you can get Mary's book that we have been talking about, and that the website there is natural-person.ca. And I guess that the other website that I gave out at the beginning might not be either then. The spiritualeconomicsnow.net, is that not yours either?
Yeah, no, that's my blog.
That's your blog. Okay, yeah. Very good.
Rather than write another book, which I realized, like the first one would sort of be outdated the minute it hit the internet, I started writing articles. So, yes, spiritualeconomicsnow.net is my blog, and what I do is I post articles, and you can just go back and back and back, and there's archives and stuff, and so you can read sort of the latest and greatest of what's going on. And my most recent one, I think, really spells it out pretty well, because I really touch on this OID process and the two forms of accounting, because the public accounting has absolutely nothing to do with private accounting. In other words, private meaning between you and me. The public is completely separate. And in fact, if indeed they intend to charge us, what they're doing is they're obstructing the bankruptcy, and they're in violation of public policy, and that is unlawful. And we can go after them for that.
Mary, let's take a short break right here then. And again, the website is spiritualeconomicsnow.net, and I will have that linked up on Red Eyes. But stay with us, Mary, and we'll continue after this break, okay?
Okie doke.
We'll continue with Mary Croft in our members section. We are going to talk more about birth certificates, and the procedure of registration you go through when you're born, and the fact that a corporation is set up as an artificial person to represent you. We'll talk more about Admiralty Law, or Law of the Sea, and the esoteric connection to the words like bank currency and ship and their legal writing. We'll talk more about the banksters behind this, their mentality, and where to go to learn more and keep up to speed with Mary's findings. So head on over to redicecreations.com. Click on subscribe, sign up, tune in, and take advantage of our member section. More radio and video material is available for you there. Thanks to producer Fredrik Palmgren, and thank you for tuning in. This is Henrik. More Mary Croft after this break.